NFL playoffs, and EA Sports continues its coverage of Super Wild Card Weekend. It's the Bengals and the Ravens under the lights on Sunday night.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Tonight we wrap up a great Sunday here in Super Wild Card Weekend as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the postseason on EA Sports.
And no one's more fired up than the guys who are going to be playing in this game. This is what they fought for all year long. Go back to the OTAs, the mini camps, training camp, throughout the season to get to the playoffs. The intensity level will be off the charts.
The third of 3 games to finish up this Sunday. We might save the best for last. And off we go here in the wild card round. The Bengals offense here ready to rock and roll. Joe Burrow is the man at quarterback.
And he comes into this wild card round off of a really good regular season, better than 30 touchdown passes. And he said he feels like he can take some shots against his secondary. In fact, in our meeting, he said not only can he take shots, he expects to do it early.
Here we go. Quickly to the air is Burrow. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second. How about the defense there trying to set the tone on the very first play of the game?
Yeah, there's a little bit of a glow here tonight because they brought the heat right out of the gate. Here we go. A good job establishing a tone for this one.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Oh, his first throw of the playoffs is intercepted. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Brandon, I wonder if someone's down there checking on the head coach right now because he might be a little bit of shock after what just transpired. Instead of a lengthy opening drive to deal with, his guy stepped up and stole that drive away. Momentum on their side now. How will they attack on offense?
The Ravens offense going to work, and as usual, it's Lamar Jackson, the former MVP of the league, at the helm.
And he was absolutely sensational throwing the football all year long, better than 40 touchdown passes. That means he made good decisions, and his team trusted him with the ball. So I can't imagine a scenario in this game where they change their philosophy. If they trusted him in the regular season, they're going to trust him now and let him turn it loose.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Touchdown! 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Ravens will strike first here in this wild card matchup. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only 1 play to score it. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Bengals set to take over. They just did manage to sneak into the playoffs as a 6th seed, so it's a tough road ahead. They know that. They would need to win 3 games on the road in January. But, hey, here's the bottom line. There's 18 other teams that wouldn't mind being in this spot right about now.
Yeah, and you had to stick it to them, didn't you? Those 18 who are sitting at home right now. But you're exactly right about that. Your point about how daunting this is well taken because it all depends on their mindset at this point. How do they break it down so they're not looking at this whole big road and saying to themselves, we've got no shot. You've got to break it down to this game right now. Win this one, then worry about the rest of them after this.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. from the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And he will bring this back. It's a pick-6 and a Raven touchdown. Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, it had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick-6. The road ahead a little bit more difficult now after that pick-6. So dealing with his deficit here, we'll see if he can try to make amends on this drive. 1st and 10. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here. 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
11,
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On 2nd down, here's Burrow. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Patrick Queen got in there to stick him. He gets the sack.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
Taken from just outside the 30. Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. Now Jackson. Flush to his right. Wide open receiver complete. Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. He got 29 yards that time.
That is definitely what we call our defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen.
And in for the Ravens touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Ravens continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Boy, still in the 1st quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the 1st as they kick this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Here we go.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a 1st down.
Here we go.
1st down, Bengals.
11, 12. 11 mighty. 11 mighty.
Now a give right side. Duncan. He'll get it up near midfield to the 49 before being taken down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
11 MT. 11 MT.
On 3rd down, Burrow. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick 6, and here he ends up on his backside.
And you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick 6, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you just have to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them. It's a well-designed play here. 3 wide receivers in the formation. They're all going to run deep routes to put pressure on the safeties, and then they let their tight end cut his route off a little shorter and work toward the middle of the field. That's a difficult route to try to defend.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They run over center with Mitchell. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Play action. It's Jackson. He'll buy some time right. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
On 3rd and 1, Jackson flushed out right. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season, and that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year.
2nd quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Play action. Now Jackson. The try. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That one good for 37 yards.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
Here's Swift. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. DeAndre Swift, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10.
Get set. 11. Dot.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Patrick Queen, his 2nd sack of the night. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Here we go.
And the Bengals on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 19. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
And take it right on the 30. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A good return there, 17 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 46. They'll try and start this drive in the air, eluding the pressure right. And he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I'll bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
Out to his left. Touchdown! A great play there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Ravens open the lead up to 34-0. So this now 34-0 with the extra point pending. And Charles, I thought these guys might have the advantage coming in, but I didn't expect this.
Well, I'm glad we're going with full transparency here because I didn't either. I thought we might be looking at a 24-20 type game, maybe 13-10 at the half. But this has been total, utter domination.
Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Bengals getting set to go. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen. Shake it off.
And that's just a solid, good physical run there as he motors for 9 yards. And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now a give right side. Williamson, and he's got a Bengals first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Abanikanda on 1st and 10. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. It shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
12.
First down, here's Burrow. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Patrick Queen able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. That run good for 6 yards, but they're still looking up at a 3rd and 15. A tall task ahead of them here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, it might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final done.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
And this is what you want to do in the first half of a playoff game. Get the running game established. He was a big part of their run to a division title. So they're going to rely on him to carry a heavy load here in the playoffs. He rips off a nice run there.
They go play action now. Jackson throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. That one goes for 30 yards. Jackson now, escaping the pressure right. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Swift. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Okay, we need to double check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats, but what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice healthy lead.
Well, after the first drive, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click.
And right
I just said click a lot.
Yes, you did, but that's okay because the guy who's coordinating the defense, trying to slow them down,
Good luck.
he's going to have hair that looks like mine very soon. Not much of it.
Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
On second down, Burrow. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Third down, here's Abanikanda. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Tommy Townsend now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Pulled in at the 24. We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. Jackson on first down. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
He's got his man on the crossing route. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
I'm gonna go.
They go play action with Jackson. Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. Picked by Logan Wilson. And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They'd have the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there. But this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once, you get first-half scores just like this one.
The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
11 mighty.
Burrow looking to pass. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. This is taken at about the 14. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down to our look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the third quarter. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the running a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
Flush to his right. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Big gains in succession. Last one was over 20. This one over 30.
Everything's been going right here in this one. This offense, they've been in complete control from the outset. And here's another big play. These kind of routes have been open all game long, and they continue to take advantage.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And it stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. And between the last two plays, they moved it over half the length of the football field.
And in a situation like this, you're in the second half with the lead, trying to get to the division round. They're going to let him do his thing on the ground, and that's a great run there to pick up the first down.
And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Good work there, holding them out on first down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
From the 2 now, second and goal. Mitchell will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Well, look, this is a team, Charles, they faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division, but they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game, a message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half.
Here we go.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Stop.
Now back to throw. Looking for the out route here, and it's completed to Kirk. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
11 MT, take.
Up the middle they go. It's Duncan, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
11.
Here's Burrow. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
11. Stop.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Blowing that play up, Roquan Smith as he gets the sack. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now it's Burrow. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. And the Ravens are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. And right about now, you start to think, and maybe they're starting to think, gosh, maybe points aren't going to happen for us in this game.
Well, it's a thought that is worth having because so far in this game, this defense has not just had the upper hand. They've appeared to be a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps to everything they've done. They've had an answer for everything this offense has thrown at them.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up the secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. For the Bengals offense getting set and ready to go again here. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but
11.
I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
12.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And they go play action now. Burrow under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Roquan Smith able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Patrick Queen make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. They'll look to throw here. And the pressure gets to him again. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down. One quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fielded at the 20. And call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And they have made this look easy. I mean, there's not supposed to be anything easy about the NFL playoffs, but this lead, yes, they're at home, but this has been impressive.
And we hear all the time when upsets happen, teams go on the road, that maybe home field advantage isn't all it's cracked up to be. But you and I both know the reality is teams really fight hard to get it. Why? You don't ever have to change routine. Everything's familiar going into the game. It makes things easier, and that has paid off for them in a big way in this contest.
One more, ready?
Here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, report.
A handoff, Swift running to the left. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. Now, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Here's 3rd and 10. Throwing is Jackson. Flushed out right. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 47. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. You got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Forced out to his left. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down. Oh, Lamar Jackson just so electric, Charles, when he gets into open space, and we saw Exhibit A right there.
You know something? I'm standing up here in the booth next to you watching the play. He buckled my ankles on that one as well. It doesn't matter whether you're actually on the field trying to chase him or you're just watching him play. This guy is sheer excitement. Up huge on the scoreboard, and they're still trying to add to their total. That shot doesn't connect, but I don't think it'll dissuade them from attempting another one.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
13.
Up the middle, here's Mitchell. And they're knocking on the door now. There's a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a 1st and goal.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the 4th quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 5 yards, a good run there. Now 2nd and goal. On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Ravens continue to run up the score. They lead it big here in the 4th. Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. And they are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10.
On 1, ready? Gun. Got.
Burrow will throw. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. That's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
On 1, ready?
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. This is 3rd and 10. Now it's Burrow. He's got his target. That's complete. Big strides. Look at him go. And down to the 19-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 56 yards.
Here we go.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And Burrow going to throw again. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And that's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
McPherson's kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Ravens ready to take over. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would have, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out of this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And now they're in the hurry-up. First down, here's Mitchell. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. Buying time to his left. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is unreal. So the lanes continue to be there for Lamar Jackson to run that football. That his 2nd touchdown run of the game.
You know what I would like? I'd like for us to be able to go into a defense's room after playing Lamar Jackson and watch the tape and see how much of a lane was really there and how much he created just through his talents. In any event, Lamar Jackson finds the end zone, doesn't he?
He always seems to, but that's a good point. We sometimes put blame on the defense. Maybe we just need to praise Lamar Jackson a little bit more. And out now, here come the Bengals. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. On 3rd down, Burrow. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. The Bengals bring out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He'll look to set up his blockers. Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. CD, I mean, they have just been scoring at will. It's been score after score after score, and a lot of times we use the term blowout for a lopsided ball game. But this has kind of gone past that. I think we're in historic territory right now.
You nailed it. Historic territory. Perfect phrase for what we are watching. If this were a movie, what kind of rating would we put on it? Who would you allow to watch what we're watching right now? Let's hope this one gets over fast, because this game, well decided a long time ago.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So a holding penalty, and that'll send him backwards.
You know they're trying not to do that. I mean, we know that, right? We talk to them all the time. But sometimes the defensive guys just put you in awkward situations, and you get caught grabbing their jerseys.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well,
let's face it, not a lot left for them to prove in this game, but they're still throwing the football. I guess, of course, CD, you know, you could always get the backups some work. There's new plays to try out. But some people, let's face it, they just want to run the score up. It's fun.
I love the way that you expressed that, because you gave plenty of reasons why people like to do things. But they just like to keep their foot on the gas, and they just want to tromp on teams. And what I like to see is, if you like to do that, how do you handle it when it comes back against you? On those days where someone can run it up on you, do you handle it the way that you expect your opponent to? If so, keep doing your thing.
The Charles are still airing it out at this point despite that huge lead. And some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football? These guys, I guess, are just padding their stats at this point.
Yeah, there are a lot of big grins, I think, from people in their families, from themselves. You're exactly right. Pad the stats when you get an opportunity. It'll certainly help you come contract time.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a fourth down. They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Get to the wild card game. Check. Got that.